Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias and welcome back to Project Ozone 2. In the last episode, we were working on, plans more than anything and trying to get the singularities automated. That is, I have things to talk about that with, I have things to say about that. There we go. English, I swear I speak it. Yeah, today's episode, we're gonna try to continue working towards some automation of some of the in-game high-tier stuff, like the singularities and cosmic meatballs, ultimate stew. Ultimate stew is gonna be pretty straightforward if we can do anything else. Although I'm considering some stuff with this, so I'll get to that when we get there. But before we head off to the last millennium to talk about things, I might have fixed it. So, as you guys might know, this machine, which is supposed to automate the Britannia runes, specifically the runes of Wrath and Gluttony, which we need for, I believe it's the Infinity Catalyst. Yeah. Theoretically, this works. There is a chance that it will break in. If it breaks catastrophically. So that's always fun. But I made a couple of changes. One thing I did that's kind of major is there is no third channel. So we are changing how we kind of do things here. So I'm going to run through this machine again. And I'll say the one weakness of it. And I don't know the best way to fix it. But if it doesn't happen, then we're fine. If it does, then this fills up with a bunch of stuff that I don't want, and it breaks. Okay. Let's start step by step. First of all, interface is in blocking mode. Means that every recipe that it gets, so if I order 10 Runes of Wrath, it'll process one at a time. And it'll push one into here unless there is something else here. Now, there are ways to kind of manipulate the system so that we can do other things with that. Send the item to another thing and put it back in there. There's ways we can kind of mess with the blocking mode a little bit more if we need to. But this chest gets extracted on the red channel whenever there is no signal. And it's downgraded so that it only extracts one item per cycle, which is a little bit helpful just so it doesn't go too quickly. And then this pushes items in before this starts the craft. So then the runic altar starts the craft. So that's just a precaution so that this doesn't try to push too many items in. So items go into open crate and fall down. And then when this starts crafting, the comparator signal sends out red. So anything that gets red gets the red signal. The only other thing, other than this chest, so basically once it's crafting, the chest stops extracting. The only other thing that happens with the red signal is this guy, which is, it's active with signal. So once the red signal is on, the vacuum chest is active. And it only extracts living rock and mana diamonds. Lag spike. I've been having those a little bit here lately. It only extracts, it blacklists living rock, which is the only one that really matters. I also had mana diamond, but then I forgot things because I had some other stuff in there. And I reduced its radius, so it should not pick up the blacker lotuses for this system to get more and more things that are the things. Mana. There we go. I got there. So this does its processing thing, and then once it's finished and ready for living rock and the wand, it outputs to here and sends the green signal. And the green signal does three things. First thing it does is it activates this little redstone contraption, which deactivates this redstone torch, activating the redstone clock, which constantly activates the dispenser so the Wand of Forest works. I could theoretically just take this redstone circuit off and have this always like activating it with the redstone clock, but there's no reason to, and I don't want to lag my world any more than I have to, and that can cause a little bit of lag. The other thing that it does is it sends a signal to this servo, which extracts the living rock. And this is the problem. So we need to extract just one item, but there is the very, very real chance that it will extract two. If it extracts two, it can mess up the entire system. So it's not very common, and I think I've gotten it to where it won't activate two, like won't pull out two items that often, if at all. But yeah, I need to figure out if that is going to be a problem, how to fix that. But that's the only thing that's kind of left. And then living rock falls, the dispenser clicks it, and then the vacuum hopper will pick it up. There is a problem though. So that problem is we need to make sure that this doesn't drop items before this can pick everything up. So that's what this last circuit is, and it's just literally a huge delay. I did not calculate it. It is rough. It's just kind of random to an extent. And that goes into a red signal and activates the red signal just a little bit longer whenever the green is activated. So that is to delay this chest from pulling out any items and to allow the vacuum chest to suck up all the items. So that's that. It works pretty well. And if I turn my magnet off, we can take a look at that. So let's see. Let's make some runes of gluttony. Let's just do 4. So the first one is never a problem. Now there are some other things we can do. One, we're going to upgrade that mana spreader. It's so slow. So we're going to upgrade it to the top tier, which is the Gaia mana spreader. So there we go. And then those get put back on, and it works. So that's what it does. The system kind of works the way it needs to. The only problem, like I said, is if this extracts 2 living rock, which there is the small chance that it will happen, then we have problems. But everything else seems to be fine. So there are other system setups that we can do. Some that are much more simple, but if it comes down to it, yeah, so right there, that would be a problem. And that's the only thing I need to kind of figure out, but for the most part, it works just fine. I just need to figure out a way to prevent that from extracting 2 items. And it could be as simple as like, I don't know, like putting some sort of just giving this a pulse long enough. I need to give this a pulse long enough that it extracts exactly 1 item and no longer. So that's the only problem. I should be able to figure something out for that, but we'll see. Anyways, I had a little bit of, I don't remember if I actually said this in the last episode or not, but when we were working with the singularities last time, we were trying to get exactly 1 stack into the dire auto crafting table at a time so that it didn't fill up with 1 type of singularity or anything like that. And we were trying to do that with controller slaves, and man, this is taking a while. That's a little bit concerning, probably because I'm recording this as well. So like, I don't know, maybe I think my computer might need a break. It might have, nope, it didn't crash. Okay, there we go. Oh boy. So sorry about that. Anyways, we were trying to do something with transfer nodes and rationing pipes and controller slaves and filters so that we could get all of the singularities into this. 1 stack is all we wanted. And, well, I don't remember if I said this or pointed out or even noticed, but we lost all but a stack of all of our singularities. It was kind of annoying when I saw it. So what I did between episodes was I let this system run. I had like, oh my gosh, there's so much lag here. I had like 3 or 4 Bedrockium drums full, and now I think I have like maybe 1. think one of these is, yeah, this one's mostly full. So I went through a lot of mob essence, and we are back to the point of having most of these full, including gold, which is really nice. We have 2 stacks of diamond singularities. We have over 2 stacks of infinity stars as well. So yeah, I just let this run all day, and it seemed to be pretty good. So I don't really want to mess with this today. I'm angry at it, to be a little bit honest. I have some ideas of how we can fix it, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm going to take this octuple compressed cobblestone because we're going to use it. So what we're going to do today, and what we're going to kind of focus on, is the rest of the automation stuff. So I have down here set up a system to get many more. Oh wow, this is almost done. That's nice. Many more unassembled PCBs, and we're gonna grab. So if we want these, we're gonna need transistors, which is redstone, compressed iron, and cyan. We're gonna need 3. So iron, 1, 2, 3. Redstone. See if we can do 3 of these. And cyan. That's the only one that I'm questioning. 1, 2, 3. So we'll throw all those in there, all those, and all those. And eventually that'll make the transistors. And then for the other ones, the capacitors, it's octadic, compressed, and gray. So we'll need 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. Capacitors. 1, 2, 3. And iron. 1, 2, 3. And what we're going to do is, well, we're going to make this stuff. Alright, so that should finish up relatively soon. It is 3 stacks of items, so it's going to take a little bit of time. But yeah, we're going to make a bunch of PCBs, printed circuit boards, and these things we're going to use. We're going to make a couple more auto crafting tables, first of all, and then we'll also be able to make the advanced PCBs, which... question on that one. Do I have any of those yet? No. So we're going to need a full stack of those at some point in the near future. But these are actually really easy to make. I just got to make sure this guy is full of coal, which it's not. And then it also makes me more plastic. So as long as I give it the stuff that makes the plastic, I don't remember what it's called. LPG, there we go. That's what I think it's called. And of course the dyes, but the dyes don't matter. So this is almost done, it looks like. Let's go ahead and suck up all of that, and we're gonna put all that stuff in there. You know, it might be easier. We have a crafting table around here. Yes, we do. I can't do that. Never mind. I forgot. We can't make the blocks. I was going to say it'd be easier just to do blocks, but... Alright, let's finish making these guys. And we'll just throw this stuff in there as well. And we'll come back to that in just a moment. So, what we're going to want to do, and I need to go back to the last millennium. Hopefully this doesn't mess anything up, but there's always that chance. Ooh. Yeah, this world is starting to get laggy, which is actually normal. So let's get a stack of... Let's get all of the infinity stars. So I have an idea of how I can automate this guy to get the eternal singularities, but I'm not entirely sure. I have a better idea how to automate some of the lesser stuff. But we're going to want to put a stack of those in there, and I'm just going to keep the infinity stars in here for now because it's better. So what we're going to do, we're going to let those set for just a little bit longer, not much. So what we're going to do is we're going to automate the ultimate stew and the cosmic meatballs. Now the ultimate stew is going to be pretty easy. I think everything is, we're going to need a lot of these guys, the energy condensers, but everything else should be pretty easy with that. Alright, so we're almost done. Stack of those. And we have the 3 stacks of those. Cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a couple of systems to kind of make things a little bit easier. One of the big things with the cosmic meatballs, everything is EMCable except for the raw meat and of course the neutrons. But what we're gonna do, and this is something I'm trying to set up, like nowish, is we can. It's this one. You get a stack of printed circuit boards, and then I would like to make. Let's see, we're gonna need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drill, and then we're gonna need 4 of these. All right, this stuff is annoying. Because we need other plastic. Alright, so let's just get these guys in place. I'll make this stuff in a moment. Do we have any other dire auto crafting tables? I don't remember if I made more and put them somewhere. Because they're not in here. No. Okay. So I'm going to need to make a couple more of those. I do believe, because I don't think they're in here. No. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let's go ahead and break this one up. We're going to set up some stuff. And what we're going to do, oh right, because we also need a chaos catalyst. Right, so I need to finish up this, and to get this stuff, mostly the draconic stuff. That is actually something else we need to work on. So Draconic Cores are annoying, right? They're kind of awful to make. Let's take just the normal ones and take a look at these. So not the uses, the recipes. So these require draconium, blue gems, and glowing magnolite. Blue gems are easy enough. We can make them with EMC. So I guess what we can do, let's get something set up so that we can get this taken care of. So we're gonna need magnoloy. And this is stuff we've made, we've gotten a lot of so far. But we're going to take just one for now. And we have a bunch of this stuff. So Draconic Cores, can we make 1,000 of these? Yes, and they're even available. Cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a couple of things, and then we're also going to need some machines. We're going to want fluid transposers. Can we not just make those? Fluid transposers, no, of course not. Alright, so I know we can do something like this, and let's make like 8 of these. We're gonna need copper gears. Let's make one of those, and then we'll just EMC the rest. And then the other thing is the redstone reception. redstone reception coil, copper gear, and we're gonna just do one of these. Let's take a few stacks of those, I guess. 2 stacks will be fine. Plus 2. And yeah, what we can do. So I'm gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4. I really don't have any glass. Can make 1 and then I'll make a ton more very easily. 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be fine. Okay. So if we come down here, you'll see that we already have... Where is it? Over here. We already have this system set up. And this is to make the glowing magnolite. Now, this is yellow, white, yellow. We're going to want that. And you know what? Let's make 1 more of these. Fluid transposers of the resonant. So let's get this right. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a system to make a bunch of these. So we're going to need ender tank, and we're going to need yellow dye, and I think most of the other stuff we're going to have already. We're just going to use a solar panel to power this stuff, and a lot of this stuff will go down here. But is this where we want it? You know what? Yeah, because this is going to be... how do I want to do this? We're going to want a crafter. We're going to want a storage drawer. And we're going to want a storage bus, which we'll get later. So I think that's how we're going to do this, how we're going to handle this. What we're going to do is we're actually going to make mass production of Draconic Cores. Now, the Draconic Cores are used to make the next tier, which I believe is a standard recipe, the Draconic Evolution recipe. Yeah, it's 4 Draconic Cores makes 1 Wyvern Core. 4 Wyvern Cores, wherever it is, make 1 Awakened Core, and then again 4 Awakened Cores make 1 Chaotic Core. So what we need to do is make a ton of these. And how do we want to do this? Because we're probably going to want to be closer. Let's see. We need another crafter, I think. And what we're going to do is we're going to get... Actually, I don't know that we need another crafter. So we're going to take... Let's see how we want to set this up, because I have no idea right now. Let's put this to be the output. This is where our... Let's get our key, just so everything's good. This is where our Draconic Core is going to go. And that is going to be grabbed by the crafter. The crafter is going to give us what we need. We need items and all this. And that's going to extract always active. And this will be insert. So this is going to have the recipe of glowing magnolite plus blue gem, plus we'll need to import 2 things to this. So it's going to have 2 recipes, and one of them is going to be octuple compressed cobblestone. We're going to make this to the 7th So if we click this recipe, we apply it, and then let's go ahead and, do we want to use, how far down do we want to go? Next recipe, let's go ahead and use like, what was this, 4,000? Apply. And then we'll go down to one more. And go to quintuple. Quintuple should be okay. It's much more than all these guys, so each one of these is like, yeah, a lot of the other stuff. So what we can do is actually pretty cool. We just take one octuple, and I only want a slot for one octuple, one septuple, one sextuple, and then we'll grab a bunch of this stuff. We'll do that many quintuples. We're going to want 2 sets of blue gems, 2 sets of, let's see, let's do 2, 8, and 8. So blue gems, we're going to want one more. We're going to want the glowing magnaloy. And we're going to want the manulin, or not manulin, draconium. Wrong thing. We're going to want 8 of those. And we're going to keep basically that many stacks of both of these in this machine. And then we'll also need to teach it the recipe. One of these. 4 of those, 4 of those. Gives us the Draconic Cores. So we'll do something like this. And 3, 4, 5, and I guess we'll do one more quintuple. And then what we can do is we can actually remember the layout. So now only those items are going to be allowed to be in those spots, which is going to be good. We're going to want a fast mode, redstone ignored. So this is going to have an import bus. Let's go ahead and grab one of those. I'm not prepared to do this, FYI. So let's grab an import bus. Wait, no. Export bus. Yeah, exporting from the system. Export bus. We're also going to want a storage bus, so let's go ahead and get one of those. Storage bus. And that's easy enough to get. So what we'll do is we will have a storage bus on the back of this guy for all of our draconic stuff. And then for here, that is an OR dictionary export bus. That's not what I want. I want just a normal export bus. And then we're going to need a capacity card, I believe. So let's just do bus. I can't imagine, there's a lot of buses. Okay, export bus. Just a normal one. And then we're going to want a single capacity card. And that should be fine. We'll kind of play it by ear if we need anything else. We're going to need another export bus, I do realize. So we're going to need one capacity card so that we can do, for this guy, we're going to need draconium and the octuple compressed cobblestone. So I don't think we'll need all that much for that. And then this is going to have an input that comes from 2 places. So one, we're going to have, let's see, we're going to need the ender tank for 1. So what we're going to need, this requires glowing magnaloy and blue gems. Glowing magnalloy will come from our 8 fluid transposers, which we can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I don't want to do it that way. Let's grab these guys. And how do I want this to be? Let's do it like this. 1, 2, oops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll have item conduits and all that kind of stuff. So what this will require is these are going to be, oh my gosh, I will get this set up a little bit more off camera just because I'm encountering a lot of lag today. There we go. That was weird. So these are going to be fill recipes, I believe. So we take the, let's just look at glowing magnalloy. So yeah, it is a fill recipe with Zephyrium Erothium. So these guys will all require Zephyrium Erothium, and we're gonna have, I guess, input on the back, output on the side. That should be fine. And then these will go into here, always active, and then we're gonna have a different color for the insert on red, I think. And this is again going to be back as input, and then this side it'll be that way. So we can just get the bottom two done, and then over here we're gonna have 2 energy condensers, and we're also going to need one more thing like this. So we're gonna want something like this that's extract, always active on black, and we're gonna get a filter. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be producing our own blue gems and magnalloy with energy condensers and EMC, so we don't have to do it otherwise. So we're just gonna need a filter. This is pretty easy, straightforward. So the green will not go into here because so the green will only extract Draconic Cores because that's all it can. But this is going to be producing a bunch of things. Actually, I realize. I realize a problem. Unless we change these. And that's going to use a lot more channels that I don't necessarily have. So we're going to have to do something different. Okay, so I guess we'll just do extract on green. And then we're going to need a filter. So this will be, we're going to need a couple filters. So this is only going to be able to extract septuple and sextuple, and accept blue gems and glowing magnalloy. So not quintuple. So septuple, sextuple, blue gems, glowing magnalloy. So this is going to extract anything that it produces, which is going to be the Draconic Core, these 4 recipes. Septuple we want to go back into the system. Sextuple we want to go back into the system. Quintuple we want to go to our energy condensers, which are going to be right down here. And I think we're going to do something like this. And that should be fine. Whoops. I don't get that one back. Let's turn our magnet on just for that reason. So what we can do, and I've got to kind of figure this out. I always do this stuff kind of as I go, and it sometimes works. It almost never does, but it's a little bit more fun bringing you guys in with the thought process rather than just like going back over it and explaining it. Like that seemed to be a little bit more boring in my opinion. It's a little bit more interesting to see how it's done in a sense. By the way, we're gonna have the ender tank at the top with let's see, we're gonna need the ender fluid stuff. Let's just get this set up real quick. Like I said, this I will actually do off camera. And I think we're going to break that for a moment so that we can see this and do, it's yellow, white, yellow. So now that should be full of Zephyrium Aurothium. And it is. And I'm getting those lag spikes again. But yeah, yep. I don't know what's causing that. That's concerning a little bit. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have. Okay, there we go. So is these getting full? No, good. And then the last thing we're gonna need is energy for these 9 machines. Shouldn't be too bad. So this one we're going to have be Magnaloy. And we're going to have him extract, always active on red, into the machines for the glowing Magnaloy. And then this will be, we'll need some more filters. We'll need 2 more filters, I think. Filters. 2 more. And these will both be the same. This will be insert on green, quintuple. Insert on green, quintuple. And then this will be extracting always active, and this will be the blue gems. So ideally, blue gems come out here. They can't go in either of those. Those are filtered. This will have no. This will all be red. So that's what that is going to do. And then this is going to accept only. Yeah, there is a lot of lag. I need to kind of figure out what's going on with that. We'll only accept the blue gems and glowing Magnaloy, and then the stuff that it's going to recycle, and then only Draconic Cores can go out there. So this. We could put another filter just to say you can't have Draconic Cores, but I don't think it's needed. So if we put these in here, as you can see, they don't go anywhere else. Let's get some power to this guy. And we're just going to set a solar panel like so. Can we go sleep? I don't know. I think it might have been a blood moon. Nope, it's a blood moon. So I'll tell you guys what. Let's see. This is going to give us the Draconic Cores. I had a really clever idea for the Cosmic Meatballs, and what we're going to do with that is we're only going to ever keep 2 stacks of those. And then as we need them, we can pick them up. That'll be the kind of the plan for that. So if we can get enough stuff to have 2 full stacks of things, 1 stack inside the Dire Auto crafting table, 1 stack inside of storage, or we could just do a single stack. By the way, this thing is really slow, but the big reason it is because it extends really far that way. It also clogged up with Malaberries, so I had to put a void upgrade. I went ahead and put void upgrades on all of them. But we can easily make 2 stacks of both the Ultimate Stew and the Cosmic Meatballs. So that's kind of the idea there. And it's actually not that expensive. So if we can do that, then we'll be good to go. So I'll need to get power to all these. I want to get the conduits and stuff all set up. This is going to be extract always active. These are inserts on red. And then inserts. But then I also need to set it, you know, blue, and then for these red, blue, and then for these red. So that's what I get to do for all this stuff. I'm going to do that real quick, and then we can see how well this works. We'll feed it a little bit of cobblestone, but you know what? No, I'm going to set this up between episodes. This episode's gone on long enough, and then once we have all this stuff, we will insert. So this guy is going to get draconium and octuple compress. So octuple compress gets these guys to get the blue gems and all that, and then we'll put a storage bus on this guy. So one of the big things we need to do is we have 8 channels here, so we just need to hook up 2 channels there, and that should be fine. So let's get some cable and some conduit. And this will hopefully make it a lot easier to get all of our Draconic Cores. And we have 1,000 of those, so we can make what? Like, let's take a stack and then make 200 of these. And then that won't take too long. We can put a stack of these in here. And we have our conduits and our cables. So we'll just put cables like so. And then conduit we'll just bring on around. And this will be just fine. So sloppy, but whatever. These are, it says device missing channel, device missing channel. We only have 1 channel there. It says 3 now. Okay, should have channels. Cool. And then we can slowly work our way towards better automation for all this stuff. So let's put most of this stuff away. I realize I have a lot of that stuff kind of on me, but I'm going to set that stuff up, and then I'm also going to work on making, I think for now, just 2 of these guys, and then we'll go from there. We'll need a 3rd, I think. I don't know. I'll kind of figure it out, but we should have a stack of those. Can I get 64 of those? No, it needs to make more. So that's kind of the idea. And something we can actually check is if we head down, one thing we'll do, let's get Draconic Cores. And we might want to increase storage for this guy, but it will eventually kind of fill up. And as you can see, yeah, we're probably going to want some speed upgrades, some acceleration cards. That's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and make a couple of those. So card, acceleration cards. Let's get 4 of those, I guess. And that will make things a little bit nicer. For this one, I guess we only need 3. And then once this has power, it does its thing, and we'll start getting a ton of... So quintuple, it doesn't need a spot for. But I guess if it has extra, that would be okay. No, it's not gonna ever get extra of those. So if we take 4 of those and 5 of those, you can see how much we get. But this is going to make a ton because 1 octuple is 9 septuple, which is 81 sextuple, which is a lot of septuples. So, yeah. Once we have power and all that kind of stuff, this will kick off and be really good. So, that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Next time we are going to continue working on better automation. We'll probably do a little bit more of a cut episode, an episode that's more segments, because it's going to be setting up a lot of the same things, but this is kind of important. Something I kind of forget about is the Draconic Cores are really, really annoying to make, just because the glowing magnolite is really slow. And something else we can always do is get augments. We can get a bunch of the augments, one of each, and we'll take a stack of each of these, I guess. And yeah, this will make things go a little bit faster. But all in all, like, we just need a lot of glowing magnolite, and that's really annoying. So this will use more energy, but at the same time, we can set these up in all these machines. And as you can see, we've already got glowing magnolite. We can do augments. And there's never an easy way to do these. Actually, there is. Huh, okay. So we can just do 1, 2. Yeah, there's never an easy way. Other than the last one. So, yeah, just get all the augments in these, and then they will kick off here soon. At least this one will. And it already has. This is already full. This will start backfilling with quintuple compressed cobblestone. And I realize this should probably be on round robin. So I'm going to take, like, all of those and put them in there. And yeah, so that will eventually fill up completely. And that's kind of the idea. So I'm going to finish this guy up, and we'll start making a ton of Draconic Cores. And eventually it will backfill, and then we'll just make Wyvern Cores, and then it'll backfill, make more cores. You get the idea. So that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!